Wentworth, and today I'm going to be presenting you a persuasive speech that I've written for my COM 110 class through Regent University. Our assignment for this persuasive speech was to write about a local community organization and basically persuade my class and both of you that you should support that cause and that that's something that you should agree with. And the local community or that I chose today is actually a store. It's called Hope Outfitters, and it's a local store that is in our city. It's a local clothing store. And this shirt that I have on right now is actually a shirt that I got from that store. And on the back, it talks about how iron sharpens iron, and it gives that verse reference as well. This is just one of many of the different clothing items that they have there. And I'm going to be looking at this through three main points today. So I'm just going to jump right into my first point. I'm going to be looking at the history of Hope Outfitters, how it started, and to be looking at this, I'm going to quote the owner of Hope Outfitters, Ryan Welch, as he talks about the history and founding of Hope Outfitters. He states, quote, "In spring of 2012, I started an entrepreneur group with friends. Several of us had just earned our master's degree in business administration and were anxious to get out in the real world and use what we had learned. Our goal was simple: build businesses and get rich. A few months into it, my wife, Chrissy, began to feel uneasy about the group. One night before I left for the meeting, she asked me, 'Is this really what we want our lives to be about?' I went to the meeting and kept thinking about her question. Shortly after, our family went on a weekend trip to Silver Mountain in Idaho. While there, we decided to tour an old gold mine on the side of the highway. Putting on our hard hats, we noticed several black and white pictures hanging on the wall. Miners, long gone. They stared right back at us, sad, sober expressions on their faces, pickaxes in hand. We started wondering about their lives. What were they like? Did they ever find gold or silver? At one point, these were real people with names and families. They had dreams and aspirations like us, and now they're gone. Gone. Nobody remembers who they were or who they worked for. Nobody cares anymore about their gold or silver. And we couldn't stop thinking about these pictures and how temporary our lives on this earth really are. We talked about it the whole way home from our trip, and finally it started to sink in. The only thing that truly matters in this life is whether or not we love Christ and love others. We begin to ask ourselves, how can we live differently? We know the words of Jesus. We know that he said one of the greatest commands is to love others more than ourselves. That is a radical kind of love. That means we are called to love strangers, people we don't even know, more than ourselves. It was this radical kind of love that caused us to step down from the entrepreneurs group and start Hope Outfitters," unquote. That's the history of Hope Outfitters. Ryan and Chrissy went on a trip to Idaho, and they had a revelation that our goal in this world shouldn't be to get rich, to start a business and make a lot of money, to get whatever we want. Our goal should be to love our God and to love others, and that's exactly what they did.